What is up, everyone? This is my second go round with this today. I did one earlier and the GoPro battery decided to die halfway through. So here we are. I wanted to come out and kind of show you, I got sneak peeks at two projects, and then I want to show you guys how this build came through, the addition of the plants from the video, a couple fish we have, and then a actual breakdown of the project. So I'm going to flip this around, show you what we got, and kind of show you a cost breakdown so you have an idea. So here we are. So it turned out good. Overall space, we're 11 feet from fence to edge. Deck is 5 feet, and the pond is another 6 or so. So we basically took an 11 by 11, 12 by 12, about 120 square feet of space. Some of these items I will say I already had. I had the rocks, they were on the side of the house, so for the waterfall and the edging I had that. We did have the bench as well, and that shelf I found on the side of the road, so there were some things that were kind of free. My goal here on this project was to stay under $1,000 total. I'll be very curious now that we do all this breakdown to see where we're at. That would be prior to adding fish and wildlife, but we'll see. And then stay around for the end. I have a sneak peek on this little guy right here. The top, I'm doing a couple more projects. I'll show you what we got inside going on, what fish were growing out for out here. So kind of stay around to the end and enjoy, guys. Okay, so here we are. I am just going to go step by step. So for the mulch, it was 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of mulch, about $10 or so on the mulch. I'll do a big breakdown and a sheet on the screen at the very end for you as well. The solar lights were $15 for the solar lights. Rocks, as I said, were free, but if you were to go somewhere, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 15 or 20 rocks. You probably spend $100 on rocks. I bought 8 plants. They were $8 a piece, so about $70 in plants. The water plants are going to be one of the more expensive items, shockingly enough. I have 4 of the Amazon swords. That's $20. The Java fern was $10, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shorter plants were $6 each, so $30, $40, so almost $100 in plants. The brick I had, the pot I had 5 bags of kids play sand on here, and then underwater lights, which were about $15 for the lights, $20 for the lights. I'll link everything down below. I'm just kind of throwing numbers from what I recall. Our pump system, so we have a pump down there which was like $60, $70. The waterfall was like $20, $25. I did buy a cartridge filter system for it, so I'll run through it. That was another like $10 or $15. It was well worth it. Over here we have where I'm going to put our waterproof box and everything else. I'll run through that. That's another $10, pretty cheap. This is our housing to the filter. I want to say this is about $40. The filter was one of the most expensive items. The filter itself was about $100, and then we have all our food, everything else. I'll do a full clip on all the API stuff later. All the food, that's another video. Like I said, bench we already had. I did have to spend $100 to raise that outlet. I had this shelf. All the stuff we had, we kind of added. It was all free. This is a project I will show you guys later. Under $30 to make that. Self-contained tank, pretty cool. The shell itself was expensive. The pond shell was about $400 delivered. It was too big to fit in any of the cars. It's like $360, $370, and then I paid $30 from Lowe's to get it delivered. Well worth it. And then the deck. The deck was Thompson water seal. And I mean, we kind of spent some time working on it, but it was stained in parts. I'll throw some clips up of the other video. The deck was probably a couple $100. I want to say the wood and the stain was about $300, $400. And then I had 6 bags of concrete as well. But remember, labor was free. This was a 2-day job for me. I think most other places would have been a $1,000 dig job. So I mean, this would have cost most people, I mean, you get a professional to sketch it out, it's going to be a $3,000-4,000 pond, but even just paying a couple guys to build it, I think it's going to cost you probably $2,000 to $3,000. So your biggest goal is if you can do it yourself. The deck, leveling it out, I won't lie, I've never built a deck before, so it's just kind of figuring out as we go. I framed it out. I will show a couple clips of the deck pre-built with the framing, how I did it, joists I used and everything, so if you guys do have questions, you can see how it's done. Remember, I mean, right now we have some koi, not much, they're actually shabunkin goldfish, but we got 4 goldfish in here, we got 2 catfish in here, there's a sucker, and then there's I don't know, probably 7 or 8 white cloud minnows, mostly just to kind of get things going. I will take you inside at the end of this video and show you a couple other clips and projects, just so you guys, those of you that have stayed this long, as you're looking at this video, I'll give you a little update. I'm going to zoom out a little. I have 2 55-gallon tanks inside. One is a axolotl tank with 2 axolotls. The other one is a grow out tank for currently 2 iridescent sharks. Once they're 6 or 8 inches, they're going to come in here, and we're actually going to turn that into a planted tank. I want to have it with plants growing out the top and be a community tank. I'm going to need some ideas from you guys on what goes in there. But we have a small beta tank with some shrimp in it. I have a self-sustaining here. I'm going to put another one below it. And then I have a jug of a tank. It's 15 gallons in here. I'm actually going to move it out here, and I want to put 2 pea puffers. That's going to be another build project. Fish that are in here are going to go in the pond, and there are some baby dwarf blue crawfish, and those are going to go in the community tank, so we'll actually be able to see them inside. I'll show you guys the grow out, but I'm going to peel out for a second and let you kind of just see the project. Up, guys, so here we go. I got my sheet here. Want to go over and kind of show you a little bit more of what the breakdown was. So the wood and the concrete, 145. The stain and materials, 140. So the deck was like 280, just under 300. Landscape was another 110. The shell for the pond with delivery was 400. The rocks were free, but I will say normally they'd be $100+ if you were to go buy that kind of scaping anywhere else. I went overboard on the filter. I know that. The filter, the plumbing, the pipe, the waterfall, the whole 9 yards was almost $200. It was $190. You'd probably get away with like $100, $150 if you really wanted to, save little dollars here and there. The plants inside, the aquatic plants, were $60. My all-in was just over $1,000. My number is $1,045. Again, if you skimped here and there, you could make the build work if you did the build yourself and did the labor for $1,000. That's without fish. Realistically, once you put the fish in, build it out with more plants, really try and fluff it up and make it how you'd want, I think you're going to be $1,200 to $1,300. It's going to be a couple $100 for fish. You're going to want a bench. You're going to want some sort of seating like I have out there. I mean, you could easily take it anywhere you want. Go $1,500. You could go way higher. But I think the pond's probably $1,000 pond. And once you add your few accoutrements, you're probably $1,200 to $1,250. Honestly, I won't lie. For $1,200 to $1,300, it made a world of difference in our backyard. So I'm loving it. I think my wife's loving it. Kids are loving it. Well, my daughter and the neighbors. So I think it was a great move. But let me know your comments and the thoughts in the comments. I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Is that worth $1,200 in 2 days worth of work? Or are you guys like, nah, it's just a waste of time. It looks silly. Obviously, the rest of the yard doesn't look great. Probably a month or two away. Our goal is by middle of March to get the turf done, and then it's going to be a game changer. I think the pond will pop more. But even for now, it's the kind of the row's in a really, really rough patch right now. But thanks, guys, for hanging out, and enjoy. I got another couple cool builds coming next week. Thanks, guys. So here we are inside. You guys can see the two axolotls, chiller. They're just kind of chilling. The light's gonna go off shortly. They've had their time. Shrimp are kind of hanging out. Love the ecosystem I have down there. And then up here, this is gonna be the community tank right now. We just got 2 iridescents. Got them when they were about 2 inches long. Had them, I don't know, a couple weeks. There are 3, almost 4 inches, but they're getting fat now. If I get in real close, you can see the bellies on them. Once they're 6 or so inches, 6, 8 inches, probably Marchish, they'll end up in the pond. And then this will be a grow out project at that point in time. Here, I will show you. Let's see. Sorry. And then here is our beta tank. We have a red mermaid beta who has actually now decided to hide back there. There's also a shrimp in here. I threw a ghost shrimp in here to keep things clean and keep it fun. Ooh, you might be able to see right there. So we got a ghost shrimp and we have a beta in there. It's a fun little kind of community. But yeah, got a bunch of tanks going. And then like I said, I do have a tank on the back that's going to turn into a peat buffer tank. So you guys just got to kind of follow, like, and subscribe to kind of follow along this journey, because I will show you how to build this beta tank. I did it for 25 bucks. The ones on the fence back there is a build video. I kind of love showing the breakdown. I have 5 or 6 more projects in the works. We'll end up with 600-700 gallons in tanks in the next 6 months or so, and then we'll probably try and get something pretty big, but don't tell the wife that yet. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate you guys if you've stayed this long. Please pass this channel along if you have any friends or anyone that would enjoy the content. Means a lot to me. I'm just doing what I want. This is just a side hobby of mine, but I really enjoy it. So thanks for following along. Have a great one. Boom. Bye.